For years, people used to say, why hasn't id made a racing game? You know, everybody knows about the Ferraris and stuff like that. And it was a matter of kind of sticking to what we're, at many times uniquely good at on there, what our core competence is. Because going in and doing the driving game, we had to learn a whole lot. I mean, that is, we have people who spent the entire last 3-4 years working on the vehicle physics and making sure that all that looks cool and plays cool, and it's still a matter of tuning all of it. I think we probably could just carry on with the existing IPs, but there's a sense that people have been in the company for 15 years. They want to do something different sometimes. And it's a bit of a risk. You know, Rage is definitely an expensive development project on there, going out on something that we don't have the previous names to trade on there. I know when we were making the big decision about when we were ready to scrap the follow-on to Doom, that it was the Darkness project that we were working on, and we were looking at this saying, enough of this creeping around, being scared, horror, survival horror type stuff. Wouldn't it be great to just like drive these things around and run over people and do all this stuff? So that type of kind of rough and tumble auto stuff on there. It's not a racing simulator. We have lap races and time stuff on there. It's more like Quake in cars than a Forza simulator or something. After Rage is done now, I don't see us, when we look in the 5-year time horizon or something, it's probably going to be sticking with the IPs that we've got now, because even there we've got more IPs than we can continue to exploit. And most people would be happy seeing a new Doom game every 3 years or something, and if we cycle like that, I think it's probably a pretty good model, as long as we can continue to do great games. I talk a lot about how I wish that we could develop our big games by developing a smaller version of it first, because most everything that's in Rage or coming up in Doom, you could sort of iconically tell the same story, have the same jobs, have the same weapons, have the same interactions, but not be incredibly lush id Tech 5 based technology that takes rooms full of artists and designers to do all of this. I would love to be able to design a game that's going to be a AAA cross-platform title, but design the first version of it, like for the iPhone, something where you just can't go crazy on there. There's a limited amount that you can put into it because that's all the resources that are there. We are kind of slating to do a high-end from-scratch Rage game on the iPhone. Like I mentioned in the keynote, I've kind of got three forks in the iPhone road. We've got our classic games, which are fun and easy to do on there, and then we've got the RPG games, which we can bring over from the previous stuff that we've done on the other mobile platforms and just make much, much better on the iPhone. And then we've got the from-scratch titles like Doom Resurrection, and the next one from that will probably be a Rage-related title.